So we finally found out all the teams that will compete in the 2021 NBA playoffs. The season has been filled with injuries, COVID protocols, and all that other stuff. Yet here we are at the most important time of the season to finally find out which teams will continue their battle for the NBA championship and which teams will go home. Hey guys, hope you're doing awesome. This is Purple Prince and here are my 2021 NBA playoff first round predictions. Let's start with the Eastern Conference, where we have the first-seeded Philadelphia 76ers taking on the 8th-seeded Washington Wizards. The Philadelphia 76ers were the second-best team in the league this year record-wise. Joel Embiid is an MVP candidate, and it seems like the team has finally found the right coach in Doc Rivers to help this team reach its potential. Washington, on the other hand, made an impressive late-season run, winning 15 out of their last 20 regular season games to make the play-in tournament. In the first play-in game, they lost to the Boston Celtics, but in the battle for the 8th seed, they dismantled the Indiana Pacers and conquered the 8th seed. During the regular season, both teams met 3 times, and all 3 times the 76ers were the better team. I think it also will be the case here. There's a potential for the series to go max 6 games. Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal are a good duo, and I could see Washington winning one of their games at home, but that's about it. In games against Washington, Joel Embiid has averaged 30 points per game, and the Wizards really don't have an answer for him in the post. The Wizards have one of the highest scoring offenses in the league, but their defense is total trash, giving up 118.5 points per game to opponents. I think Doc Rivers is the superior coach. The 76ers have more good players, so in my mind, this is a pretty short series. My prediction, the Philadelphia 76ers take this one pretty easily, 4-1 to advance to the next round. Next up, we have the second-seeded Brooklyn Nets facing off against the 7th-seeded Boston Celtics. This would have been such a good series at the beginning of the season. Brooklyn obviously was a contender from the beginning, but with the addition of James Harden, they became the favorites. Boston was also sort of a contender. Both teams had 3 All-Stars on their team. This could have been a great series. During the regular season, both teams met 3 times and Brooklyn won every game pretty convincingly. You could argue that the Nets have the 3 best players in the series in Durant, Harden, and Kyrie. Add the fact that Boston will be without Jaylen Brown, and what you have is, I think, a pretty easy series for the Nets. You can never forget about Jason Tatum, who could go off any given night and maybe pull off a win by himself, but in reality, the Celtics are just overwhelmed here. The Celtics are also quite vulnerable right now, as they have lost 10 out of their last 15 regular season games, and there were some really bad losses there. A blowout loss to Chicago, a loss to Oklahoma City, and another one to the Chicago Bulls. They're without their star and caught at a bad time. As much as I would like to think that Boston will win at least a game, if the Nets don't have a horrible night, I just can't see the series going more than 4 games. So sorry Boston fans, I think it's a sweep. 4-0, the Nets advance further in the playoffs. In the next series, we have the rematch of last year's Eastern Conference semifinals as the 3rd-seeded Milwaukee Bucks take on the 6th-seeded Miami Heat. This could be one of the more interesting series in the first round. This season, Miami has battled with various COVID issues, so for them it has been a hard season, which is probably why they are only the 6th seed. For Milwaukee, they haven't dominated the season like they did the previous 2 years, but overall I think their team is better. It's just that others have stepped up big time as well. During the regular season, both teams met 3 times and Milwaukee won 2 of those meetings. One game was almost a 50-point blowout. The other 2 games had a double-digit point difference with each team taking a game. So why is this series so interesting then? Well, first of all, Miami knows how to beat Milwaukee. They have the pieces and the formula to do it. Secondly, it will be interesting to see how Milwaukee responds to the playoffs this year. For the last few years, Milwaukee has dominated in the regular season, gets an easy first-round opponent, loses a game, and then folds when a better organized team is their opponent. Well, Miami has a good team. They have a good coach. So it will be interesting to see how well they can play against a team that left a bad taste in their mouth last year. Milwaukee has also upgraded its roster. The addition of Drew Holiday has been a big one. The mid-season addition of PJ Tucker is also a solid one. Miami upgraded their roster as well by adding Victor Oladipo via mid-season trade. Oh, but wait, he won't be in this series, and his time in Miami is probably over. Miami will still give Milwaukee problems, but this season the Bucks are better equipped with defenders to hold off Miami scorers. Miami will once again have the tough task of guarding Giannis, but they don't have Jay Crowder, who did such a nice job on him the last time around. I think this is close, and upset is possible, but overall, I just think Milwaukee is the better team. So my prediction, the Bucks take the series in 6 games. And our last matchup in the Eastern Conference is the 4th-seeded New York Knicks. Yes, you heard me right, the 4th-seeded New York Knicks will be taking on the 5th-seeded Atlanta Hawks. Wow, what a turnaround season for both teams. Last year, both teams barely eclipsed the 20-win mark, but this year both amassed more than 40 wins, and both teams have been very pleasant surprises. It seems like the Knicks have found the right coach to finally steer this team in the right direction, and the Hawks did a great job over the summer upgrading their roster with better players. During the regular season, the New York Knicks won all 3 matchups, but there were no blowouts here. Julius Randle has been awesome for the Knicks this year, and Derrick Rose is back as well. This actually is such a good matchup for multiple reasons. The Knicks are finally back in the playoffs, and not as the 8th seed or the 7th seed, no. They actually will have the home court advantage versus the Hawks. This will also be the first playoff series for Trae Young. How well will he respond to his first real playoff challenge? The Hawks are a better offensive team, while the Knicks have one of the best defenses in the league. Lou Williams is back in Atlanta, yet so far the results have been underwhelming. 9 players on the Hawks averaged double-digit points this season. 9. Damn, the series will be fire. While none of these teams can be mistaken for a real title contender, this matchup should be very fun. Personally, I think the Knicks take this one in 7 games. It will be close, some buzzer beaters are likely, but overall I think the Knicks train doesn't stop here. 7 games and the Knicks finally advance to the second round of the playoffs. Okay, well that was for the East. In the West, we have the 1st-seeded Utah Jazz taking on the 8th-seeded Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies just beat Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors in overtime to clinch the 8th seed. What a game. Utah Jazz have had a terrific season. They are a top 5 offense and defense in the league. They have 2 All-Stars in Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. They have the 6th man of the year in Jordan Clarkson. Their team is packed. Memphis, on the other hand, is more of an up-and-coming team. Ja Morant has been great. Dillon Brooks, Jonas Valanciunas, they are a tough out for a lot of teams. During the regular season, the Utah Jazz won all 3 meetings, and as of now, it's hard to see what could change in the first round of the playoffs. Memphis Grizzlies are on the roll right now, and the Jazz have been struggling with some injuries to their top players. Mitchell is banged up, Mike Conley is banged up. They both will play, but how healthy are they really? The game should be close. There shouldn't be any big blowouts, but overall, it should be pretty much one-sided. Like for so many teams, the best chance for Memphis to take a game is to catch the Jazz by surprise. Start hot, win game 1, and then from there, there'll be adjustments, and the better team will still prevail. I don't see this going more than 5 games, so my prediction, the Jazz deal with Memphis in 5 to move on to the next round. For our second West matchup, we have the 2nd-seeded Phoenix Suns taking on the 7th-seeded Los Angeles Lakers. It's official now. The Phoenix Suns made a franchise-altering move by acquiring Chris Paul. His impact has been so great on this team. The leadership, the experience of a veteran, the team is clicking. A potential Coach of the Year winner, Monty Williams, has done a really great job with this team, and finally, the Suns are back in the playoffs. Unfortunately for them, they'll be facing the reigning NBA champions Los Angeles Lakers. This has been such a hard season for the team. A lot of injuries during the season to their best players have really decimated the team. On the bright side, their best players seem to be healthy now, but we still don't know how that health will hold up. Obviously, you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who are the 2 best players in the series. In the regular season, the Suns won 2 out of 3 games against the Lakers, but Anthony Davis didn't participate in any of those wins, and LeBron was only present in 1. In the only Lakers win, which came late into the season, DeAndre Ayton was almost invisible, and Drummond could do that again to him. The Lakers are the best defensive team, and it's hard for me to see how Phoenix Suns could get past them even when they did have a much better regular season. Obviously, if everyone stays healthy. The Lakers are just a bad matchup for the Suns with their size and experience. The best shot for the Suns is to win game 1, and then take it from there. In reality, I do think they win game 1, but the Lakers eventually take the series in 6 games. I'd say 5, but considering the rust on Lakers stars, it most likely goes to 6 games. Okay, moving on, we have the 3rd-seeded Denver Nuggets against the 6th-seeded Portland Trailblazers. Denver has most likely this season's MVP in Nikola Jokic. Portland has Dame Lillard. Both teams played each other 3 times this season, with Denver taking the first 2 games. Portland won the very last game of the regular season, but you can't really take that game seriously since Portland really wanted to win to avoid the play-in tournament, and Denver wanted to lose to not face the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs. This would be a no-brainer if Jamal Murray would be playing for the Nuggets, but he's done for this season, so it could get interesting for a few games. Portland has the advantage in the backcourt, but Denver has this season's MVP, and the Trailblazers have absolutely no answer for Jokic. Denver's offense has still been clicking even without Jamal Murray, but their defense as of late has been questionable, especially against 2-pointers. And Portland does have some good shooters on their team. Dame Lillard, CJ McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, Norman Powell, they actually have a bunch of scorers. Their problem is defense. It's just horrible. And even without Jamal Murray on offense, I see Denver scoring on them at will. I'm ready for Dame Lillard heroics in 2 games, but overall, I'm taking the Nuggets in 6 games. And last but not least, we have the 4th-seeded let's avoid the Lakers in the first round Los Angeles Clippers against the 5th-seeded Dallas Mavericks. This is actually the rematch of last year's first round of the playoffs. Last season the Clippers won the series in 6 games. This year, it could be a little different. Clippers and Mavericks have faced each other 3 times this season, and Dallas won 2 of those games. One was a historical blowout and the other one was a really solid win. Last time these teams met in the playoffs, Dallas was pretty much without Porzingis. Okay, we don't know how his health will hold up this series, but still, as of now, he's ready to play. And overall, as a team, I think Dallas is better this year. Now, the Clippers are obviously one of the favorites to win the title this year. After last year's fiasco, they are ready to grind out that championship this year. The big question from the Clippers side is playoff B. Paul George has had a lot of bad moments in the playoffs. Could that be the case as early as the first round series against Dallas? That can happen. I would really like to pick Dallas here, as I definitely see the ways they could beat the Clippers. I'm just not sure if they can do it 4 times in a 7-game series. If we just compare teams as it is, without any super heroics, the Clippers should take this series once again. My prediction is that they'll do it in 7 games. Okay guys, so these are my predictions for the first round of the 2021 NBA playoffs. What are your predictions? Are you expecting any upsets? Any favorite getting beat in the first round? Please let me know your predictions in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, share it with others, subscribe to the channel, and at the end of the day, just watch NBA playoffs. Thanks. I'll see you soon. This is Purple Prince, and I'm out.